don't feel bad about the fact that I don't know you and you don't know me because I'm about to move away anyways. We're leaving in April, so altogether we're only going to be here for about 7 months. But it's really not anything new to me or probably to most of you guys. In fact, by the time we move in April, I will have lived in 6 different places in 6.5 years as a military wife. Yeah, that doesn't count like going home for deployment, things like that. 6 real addresses. My son is about to move to his 4th house just before his 4th birthday. It sounds pretty crazy when I say it out loud, but I bet some of you guys have done way more than that. Are you here for a school or short-term assignment like me? Maybe you've been here for several years and you guys are getting ready to PCS and you feel like it's really hard. Is it weighing on you? It's hard to be transient. It's hard to feel like you belong and to put down roots when you're constantly packing your bags. I bet a lot of the people in this room are feeling the same way because this is such a unique post because so many people come here for school. So I've been wondering, what can I learn from this transient, short-term place in my life? First of all, what can we as PWOC members do to ease the transition for other women as they're coming in and out? Remember what it's like to be new. I mean, we've all been there. Every one of us has been the new girl in the room at some point. Look out for her. Don't just look for her at the welcome table on her first visit, but that second and that third and that 4th visit and the 12th time she comes. Don't expect that she's made other friends yet and that she doesn't need you, because she probably hasn't, and she might need you a lot more than you realize. Also, help link up your friends when you know that they're moving. This will help them make a connection when they arrive. It's scary to walk into a room full of strangers, and sometimes just knowing someone's name can really help ease that transition. So I wanted to play a little game. I'm betting that some of you guys out there know some of the same people I do. So raise your hand if you know Karen Jedicke. Oh, yeah. What about Merity Bolus? Everyone who knows Merity is smiling with the world's biggest smile. What about Christy Esterline? How about Becky Wilson? Yeah. And what about Rachel Hilborn? Yeah. And Beth Mills. I figure like about a third of you guys should know Beth Mills. These are some of my friends from Fort Jackson and Fort Riley, 2 of the other places I've been. Our path, the point of that was just to show you guys that our paths are crossing over and over in the Army. And we can help each other make connections so that they don't feel so lost when they come into a new place. So when it's my turn to move, what can I do? First of all, I have accepted the inevitable. Moving is a part of military life. It's hard, and it's exciting, and it's normal. I've resolved not to get upset anymore over things that are inevitable. Life is hard, and I'm not going to complain over the things that are going to happen no matter what I do. I have no choice when it comes to things in the Army, and I will go along with the ride, and I will do it with a happy face, or at least not complaining. And secondly, make your friends. Go to PWOC. The most beautiful thing about PWOC is that when you move, you instantly have a place you can go and belong. FRG, other Army institutions are fantastic for helping you get involved, but PWOC is a place where you can find your sisters. You can walk in and know that people are real, not judging you, they love you, and they want you to be there. Friends are the only way to survive this lifestyle. We need support from other women living through the same struggles, whether it's deployments or trainings or preschoolers or teenagers or retirement. We weren't meant to be alone. And a good friendship can turn a bad duty station into the fondest memories. I have an experience like that, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. Making friends takes a lot of effort. I know it's hard. It's especially hard when you feel like you're about to move and you're not going to know somebody very long. Sometimes I feel like it's not even worth the effort to meet someone when I'm just going to be leaving soon and not see them again. But it is worth it. Change is hard, and being lonely during change is really hard. In the Army, you can pretty much be sure that you're going to meet that person again someday. So allow friends right here, right now, to bless you, even if it's for a short period of time. Even if you just barely get to know each other, enjoy the little bit of time that you can have together. And know that you belong there. God didn't just choose a place for your husband, he chose it for you too. He has a plan for each of us at each new place that we go. I think this is one of the things that is hardest to get through as a military wife. At least for me, I feel like the Army controls my husband and I go where my husband goes. But God controls the Army. My husband likes to say God controls the Army, but he has to put in his paperwork 6 to 9 months ahead of time. But really, God doesn't pick each place for our husbands. He picks the place for us too. He sends us there with a plan. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which he prepared in advance for us to do." He knows where he wants us to go. He goes before us and prepares the way for us. He picks the place and the time just for us. So don't be embarrassed to be new. Go forth with confidence, knowing that Christ has appointed you for that very time and place. Know that you belong there, even though it feels like everybody else belongs except for you. And finally, be firmly rooted in Christ no matter where you live. Just like the song we just heard said, this world is not our home. Our home is in heaven, and this life is just temporary. Our relationship with Christ is our firm footing. It's our solid ground. So don't be troubled by the irritations of this life. Live with eternity in mind, knowing that once we arrive in heaven, nothing can move us away from there. Hebrews 13:14 says, "Here we don't have a lasting city, but we are seeking the city which is to come." God is the same wherever you go. It doesn't matter if you live in Texas or Alaska or Hawaii or Antarctica, God never changes. When we feel like what life is just one big change after another, remember that the Lord never changes. As the Psalms say, his promises endure forever. He is the same today, forever, or today, always, and forever. So take heart, dear sister. These lives are crazy, but they're our lives. They are divinely appointed and faith-building, kind of crazy. Thank you.